Hi, and welcome back to the RC Oval Racing channel. This is another short video covering some of the UK oval racing cars and formulas and what we race on ovals in the UK. In this video, I'm just going to give you a quick talk through of my Kamtec F2, what sits under the skin, what the tyres are on the front and the back, and basically how I set the car up and how I prepare for a meeting. So here's the car now out of the box. Got the front body post on there, that's going to need trimming up. Included with the car, there's a steering servo in there, that's going to need to be aligned up to my radio gear. There's a really basic speed controller in there down in the base. That's interesting, it's in that corner because that'll get the corner weights up nicely. We've got a Kamtec K21 motor already fitted with the pinion and on the spur gear. Rear body shell mount clip, that's going to need some adjustment on it as well to get the body shell fitted. All in all, a nice tidy looking car. I think I'm going to paint those and get those and put some decals on them to make it look a bit more scale. This is really armoured up to the hilt. We've got the front bumper. I'm probably going to cut that off at some point and put a metal overrider on there. Looking down the back, we've got a similar pod that looks like the National Hot Rod pod and the National Hot Rod suspension again. That plastic overrider, I think I'm going to cut that off at some point. The suspension on that is really, that's quite soft. Great, that's fine. They look like some chassis stiffeners. Battery sits under there. That's enough room in there to get the Nike metal hydride battery in there, which under the F2 rules, you're only allowed to use those at the moment. There's a lot of debate going on. First thing I need to do is cut that Dean's plug off and replace it with an XT60 connector, because all of my batteries have got XT60 connectors. Dean's plugs are expensive, haven't used those for a while. So yeah, not a bad little bundle. Also included in the pack, you've got the shale style aerofoil that needs to be painted, and we've got the standard with the aerofoil out the way. We've got an F2 style body shell in there. That's where, on a full size F2, that's where your air filter would go. Spin it round, you've got your F2 style exhaust pipe. I'm probably going to replace this shell at some point because I really want to go for an F1 style shell. That's going to need cutting and trimming. It's going to need cleaning up as well. Yeah, all in all, not a bad car, and it's completely ready to go out the box. All you need is to add a radio gear and a battery. Let's just move back to the bodywork for a second. When you order the car, it comes with wheels and tyres, and there's a couple of things I've specified. I've got Kamtec KSE softs on the rear. That's what I use on all of my oval cars that I race at Hots. Down the front, I've got Jack 44. So I'm just going to zoom in. I'm going to try and zoom in without it blurring. You can just about see in there. I've got the bull races in there. When you order the car, you can spec it to come with or without ball races. I've gone for ball races. It'll really reduce the drag on the wheels. I hope to make the car handle and run a bit better. Yeah, not that much to do. I've got to trim and paint the body shell, which I'll do now. Get the body shell masked up, trimmed and deckled up. When it's all ready to go, I'll talk to you on camera again, and we'll get the car ready for its first race meeting. So that's now had a look inside the car. What I'm going to talk you through now is how the tyres work on these cars. Because we have harder tyres on the front, and again you've got variable compounds on the front. Also on the rear we have softer tyres, which gives the back end more grip. However, there are numerous different combinations of tyres that are used on the cars. Just going to give you a quick talk through now on how I prepare the tyres for a meeting, and how I true and glue my tyres, and how I mount everything together ready to go. So in this next part of the video, I'm going to talk about truing and gluing of tyres. Now, if you look on the Kamtec or the Mardave website or some of the other oval suppliers websites, you'll see that you get combinations of tyres called tyre supply trued and glued. Basically, that's the wheel that goes on the back of an RC oval racing car, and that tyre, you buy the tyre and it's already been trued and mounted onto that wheel. It's been trued and glued. This is fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that whatsoever. However, for myself and some of the other tyres, especially on the fronts of the car, I like to run some tyre stacker. Also, when that tyre's worn out, rather than buying a completely new wheel and trued and glued tyre system, I just take that tyre off And then I'll rather than buying a new wheel and tyre, I'll just buy a replacement tyre, mount it onto that rim. This isn't difficult, but there is a bit of a knack to doing it properly. I think the first few times I did this, I probably wrecked a few rolls of tape in doing so, but it's a knack that's quite easy once you've got the hang of it. Just going to talk you through that now. So, first of all, this is a set of brand new wheels. Again, they've got no tyres on them. This is how they come. These are very, very cheap, couple of quid, and you'll get two wheels. What I want to do, I want to mount a tyre onto it, and I then want to go and true the tyre down. So, there's one of the wheels. That's a blank wheel. Just got it out of the bag, and I now want to put a tyre onto it. Before I do that, I need to make sure that this part of the rim is clean. I'll clean that up with some methylated spirit or something like that, just to give the tape every possibility it's got to go onto it. How you mount the tyre onto the wheel is a subject for an absolutely huge debate. Some people use super glue. Some people use epoxy. I tried using epoxy, and I then found that it literally just ripped the tyre off the wheel, and we shredded a number of brand new tyres that way. My preferred method of doing this is to use tyre tape. And so that's a roll of tape. Again, you can get that really cheaply. Roll like that lasts forever. You then got to wrap the tape around the wheel and then basically cover the wheel in tape. So that's one I've literally just done. There's my wheel. Literally just about to put the tyre on that now. This is easier said than done. So the first thing I'm going to do, and bear with me, because I'm like working back to front on here, so I've got to take the tape off take the backing off the tape. Again, this is like a double-sided tape that goes on here. So that's got the tape off the wheel. We've got a nice layer of black tape on there, and I now want to mount the raw tyre onto the wheel. So we now have a wheel. We've got a tyre here. We've got a taped up rim here. We want to get this onto there. That is really sticky. So the first thing I do is get some brake cleaner. Again, Halfords brake cleaner, good old-fashioned stuff. Just give the tape part of the wheel a good liberal coating of brake cleaner. I should really be wearing gloves to do this, but hey. I then spray the inside of the tyre rim with brake cleaner as well. Do this in a well-ventilated area, otherwise you will get as high as a kite. And then, literally, that then temporarily takes the adhesiveness off the wheel, and I then now got my rim mounted on my tyre. Near enough perfect alignment. Just work the wheel on there. You've probably got a few minutes to do this before the glue starts to go off again. Work it round, work it round, work it round, work it round, work it round. Everything will pop in. Got the excess brake cleaner off the bench, and that's got the wheel mounted on the rim mounted onto the tyre. Perfect. So how do we go about truing it? I used to use a pillar drill and a tyre truing mandrel on there. However, it was a bit rough and ready. A couple of guys I know who have bought cheap lace for 20 quid off of Amazon or off of eBay, and that's fine as well. They get good results. Just going to wheel in the piece of equipment that I use now. Again, this is my Kamtec tyre truer. I think I bought this one from a company called Zen Racing, who are based down at Hailsham, down near Eastbourne. This isn't very expensive at all. It's just over 100 quid, and it goes on forever. If you're a complete beginner, you absolutely don't need one of these at all. It's only once you get more into oval racing is when you're going to need one of these. And literally, I'm just going to put the tyre onto the machine, and I'm going to true it down now. This is quite a precision piece of kit. I don't know if you can see it on there. From there you can set the diameter you want to true the tyre down to. I'm going to wind that right off, because all I'm going to do is literally just to skim the top of it. Again, that's got the wheel and tyre mounted on the mander. Again, you can just see some lines on there, so the skimming is literally just going to take that off. Flip the cover down. Check the alignment.
There. That is literally just touching that now. There's just a tiny little bit of resistance on there. Flip the cover down, turn the tyre thrower on, wind the handle across. Oh, I could use this machine all day, it's absolutely great fun. Turn the machine off. There, and I now have a true tyre. That's going to need a bit of buffing on the side just to get the thing back on there. But yeah, that's by and large ready to go. And that is how I true my tyres ready for a meeting. On the rear tyres, I generally just skim across, but on the front, the right-hand tyre is usually 1 millimetre wider than what it is on the inside, really just to make the car go around corners better. And yeah, and that basically is how I do tyre truing. Hopefully you found that interesting, and we'll see you on the next episode of the UK RC Over Racing channel. Again, if you've got a product that you want featured on here, just let me know about it. If you've got a club, just let me know about it, and I'll put some links into the description, and I'll gladly give your product or your club or your events a plug on here. I think over racing is a bit like knowledge. Share it around and it will grow. This has got the potential to be the largest branch of RC racing in the country. But yeah, every week new clubs are appearing, new drivers are appearing, and people are asking questions about that. So if you want to know more, ask me a question. If you want to feature your club on here, again, message me and I'll gladly feature it in another episode. So hopefully you found this video informative, and I'll see you on the next episode of the UK RC Over Racing channel. Bye for now.